Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be going over what the meta looks like for September 7th on Dueling Network, as well as, your regionals. And I'm going to talk about some cards you can side deck against some of these decks that will be quite effective. So, first off, we're going to go over windups. They are very popular, and, the easiest way to combat windups is to use Torrential Tribute at the right time. But yeah, windups are going to be very popular because they won the last YCS. Dark World's still also a very popular archetype because, nothing got hit. And then we see heroes. Heroes are doing pretty good as well. They are still a very fun deck to play as well. So be expected to play against a few hero decks. Then the whole junk, doppel, plant. There's a whole bunch of ways to run plants. But yeah, now that sport's coming back, you can be expected to play a lot of plant players. I think this is a really cool deck to watch in action as well. And then we see a lot of players still trying to play Chaos Dragons. It's a little bit slower now that you have certain things like Red as Darkness Metal at 1, and Fusion, which was a great card to get rid of, because it really made it so when they opened up with that was pretty much game breaking. And now it's just a little bit slowed down, but as long as you can get that Red as Darkness Metal banished early on, you can set yourself up pretty good. Next up, Agents are another popular deck. And, it is a deck where you can, draw normal monsters and lose, so that is unfortunate if you draw multiple Shine Ball. But yeah, Agent's looking pretty strong now, and if you get a Christia against a lot of the meta, it's pretty good, so be expected to play against some Agent players, and they will get out Christia once in a while, and that will wreck a lot of different decks. Next up, the whole Girga Machina Machina. It is a very popular deck, and it actually is pretty good. I was surprised how well that did against a lot of the other matchups, because that deck can spam, especially if they have an ultimate offering that they can use. They can go off. It's pretty insane. Next up, we see Dino Rabbits. Dino Rabbits, still a popular deck, but Rabbit at 2 does hurt just a little bit. It makes the deck a little bit slower. And next up for other decks, these up here are the decks that are most commonly seen right now, but let's talk about some of the other decks that are still there. They're just a little bit under the radar, not as popular. So we have 6 Samurais, because nothing got hit in that deck. And, Blackwings are back a little bit with 2 Kalutes, so there's a few people playing Blackwings. Lightsworn will always be popular regardless of what format, so. And now that Chaos Dragons got hit, a lot of the players that had, the solo recharges are like, oh, well, I might as well make Lightsworn now because, Chaos Dragons got hit a little bit, so they just switched up some of the cards. And then Roxanne, which is a really interesting deck, and if they get that first turn setup, man, is it hard to deal with. And then next up, Grand Soil Psychics, pretty interesting deck, but it's kind of dying down just a little bit. A lot of people tried to play it, and it just kind of fell apart. I felt like Jeff Jones really had the surprise factor, and that's really what made that deck more successful. Whereas now that people really know what Grand Soil does and how to play against the deck, it is kind of key. Next up, Heretics. Yeah, Heretics. I think it's Heretic, but anyways, they're still a very popular archetype just because they can still OTK. There are some builds with Instant Fusion. There's a whole bunch of different ways to play them now. There's some people playing with the D heroes because Malicious is 6, and that allows you to make rank 6s quite easy, and that is what the deck likes to do. But keep in mind, this does require Dragon type, and Malicious is not Dragon, because I've seen a few people try to make that. So let's go over some of the cards that will be good for you to put in your main deck to combat some of these decks. So Dimensional Prison, pretty good against Dark Worlds and the Chaos Dragons, as well as, honestly, it's not that bad against Dino Rabbit because it forces them to negate. And then Bottomless being one of the best cards I'd say against all these decks, Bottomless hands down is the best card. And then Compulse, compulsing versus, junk, doppel, plants at the right time versus windups at the right time. It can be really key for you to, establish that control aspect of not letting them have their plays. And then also Torrential. Torrential is very good against windups, as well as Dino Rabbit and stuff like that. As well as sometimes Agents, but sometimes Agents will just drop another Hyperion, depending on the situation. Yeah, Compulse is a pretty good card, especially in a deck where you can just OTK your opponent, like Heretics, as well as perhaps Windups. I'd say Compulse is a very good card against those. And yeah, that looks like a pretty decent way to side against some of them. I'd say definitely, by far, put in Bottomless. That's going to be your best friend. But yeah, cards like Torrential Tribute, not so good against Dark Worlds, because they'll just get back Grapha. Torrential also not so great against E-Heroes because usually they'll go for Shining and then they'll get their Shining's effect. But yeah, Bottomless looking pretty top tier as far as what to main deck right now if you want to combat a lot of the meta right now. So yeah, that's what the meta currently looks like on Dueling Network. So be expected to play against some of those decks, and I hope this helps you out combat those decks just a little bit. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon signing out.